you're looking for stunning beaches near Manila, chances are Zambales beaches are among the top recommendations. From known camping destinations in Anawangin and Nagsasa to Liwliwa and San Narciso that have been gaining traction to Potipot Island that has always been an open secret, Zambales gives beachgoers and sun worshippers great options for a weekend getaway. Hey Beach Listers! This is Hannah from Philippine Beach List. Our team recently went on a trip to Zambales. Paired with the warm weather, we had the best time soaking up the sun, sand, and sea. In this video, we'll share some of the best Zambales beach destinations you can consider for your trip. Before we begin, please subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon to get the latest updates on all things bee. Beach lists, bucket lists, busting life in the city, and more. We post travel videos on the regular, so stay tuned. There are so many amazing attractions here that you can visit whether you're going for a few days, a weekend, or even just a day trip. And as a bonus, Zambales is also very accessible from Manila, regardless if you're driving or taking public transportation. While most of the footage here came from a recent trip to Zambales, some of these photos and videos are also from past travels. Once we revisit these destinations, follow-up videos will be in the works. Alright, here are 10 of the best beaches to visit in Zambales. Located in San Narciso, Crystal Beach Resort is a known beach camping resort. It's very accessible from Manila and does not require a boat ride. So if you're looking for a beach destination without having to hop on a boat, especially if you're traveling with kids, this is a great option. Like most beaches in Zambales, the sand here is grayish-black and has a fine texture. Despite being a known camping spot, it doesn't get too crowded, so you can still enjoy a peaceful time at the beach. The resort's campsite is also covered with agoho trees, which provide shade, so it's not too hot during the daytime. If you don't really want to go camping, rooms or villas are also available for a more comfortable stay. Zambales may not be as popular a surfing destination as other places in the country, but its waves are also perfect for this water sport. Aside from the usual beach activities, Crystal Beach also offers surfing lessons with Quicksilver Surf School. Alternatively, you can also stay at Sela Campsite and Beach Resort. It was formerly a part of Crystal Beach but is now a separate resort. This resort has access to the same stretch of shore as Crystal Beach. Anawangin Cove has gained popularity over the past few years. This cove, along with its nearby beaches, has been attracting tourists like a magnet. This beautiful cove came to be when Mount Pinatubo erupted in 1991. The eruption caused tons of ash to cover the shore of San Antonio, turning the once rocky coast into a supple, fine sand paradise. This transformation gave life to tourism in the area. Over the years, agoho trees, which are also sea pine trees, sprouted along the shores, making a unique landscape that looks like a mix between Baguio and Boracay. You can either go camping here or book a room at the resort on the cove. They also have water activities you can try like kayaking, banana boats, and jet skis. When you visit, don't miss out on climbing up the steps to the viewpoint to get a bird's eye view of Anawangin. Pro tip, take a bottle of water with you because it takes 227 steps to reach the viewpoint. How to get to Anawangin Cove? Ride a bus to Iba or Santa Cruz, Zambales, and get off at San Antonio Public Market. Another option is to board a bus to Olongapo and another bus to San Antonio Public Market. Take a tricycle to Pundaquit and rent a boat to Anawangin Cove. Nagsasa Cove is another beach in San Antonio covered by volcanic ash from Mount Pinatubo. Similar to Anawangin Cove, Nagsasa Cove is also surrounded by sea pine trees. It also has a viewpoint on a hill and a picturesque inlet. Despite all those similarities with Anawangin, Nagsasa has a different vibe. It has kept its laid-back atmosphere, and although it has also gained popularity, it doesn't get overcrowded here. So if you're the type of person who likes basking in the beauty of nature without being bothered too much by a crowd, Nagsasa is for you. When we went to Nagsasa, we were only there for less than an hour during our island hopping tour, but it easily became our favorite stop. The gorgeous views of the surrounding mountains and the soft sand make for a perfect escape, especially since we almost had the whole stretch to ourselves since we went on a weekday. And because the tide was low, we got to enjoy walking in this part of the beach that's almost like a sandbar. How to get to Nagsasa Cove. Ride the bus to Iba or Santa Cruz Zambales and get off at San Antonio Public Market. Another option is to board a bus to Olongapo and another bus to San Antonio Public Market. Take a trip to Pundaquit and rent a boat to Nagsasa Cove. As you may have already noticed, the coves in San Antonio don't really mirror the white sand of Palawan or Boracay. In Silanguin, the sand is light gray at best. But honestly, we're not one to think that the lightness or darkness of a shore sand defines a beach, which is why we've included Silanguin on this list. Silanguin is the least crowded of all the beaches of San Antonio, which can probably be attributed to its remoteness. Its waters are shallow and less violent, making it ideal for swimming. If you just want to lay on the beach and contemplate life or read a book, this is the perfect spot too. You can also savor the wonderful views of the surrounding mountains with its reddish soil and bright greenery. If you're looking for a different kind of activity, you can also go fishing. The waters of Zambales are so rich that fishing tours are a thing here. If you're interested in doing this, make sure to let your boatman know. How to get to Silanguin Cove. From Pundaquit, rent a boat to Silanguin Cove. Travel time to the cove is around 1.5 to 2 hours. You can also get there from Subic, but the travel time will take much longer. Talisayen or Talisayen is another cove in San Antonio. Compared to the other Asian coves here, this is probably the least popular, making it the quietest among all of them. You will find the same volcanic sand you see in Nagsasa and Anawangin here in Talisayen. What makes it different is that it's not as crowded, especially compared to the more popular Anawangin Cove. You can have all the peace and quiet and time with nature when you drop by Talisayen Cove. During our latest trip, we stopped here for a late lunch and sat along the rockier side of the shore. How to get to Talisayen Cove. From Pundaquit, rent a boat to Talisayen. You can also get here by boat from Subic, but the travel time would be much longer. Camara Island is a popular island hopping detour in San Antonio. It is the closest from the mainland and is actually visible from Pundaquit. This island has a short stretch of sand but is nothing short of beautiful. We ended up staying longer than we expected for the first stop of our island hopping tour because we took way too many photos. Another island hopping destination is Capones Island. From afar, you would easily recognize this island by the sharp cliff overlooking the beach, which is crowned by the historic Capones Lighthouse. When you step on the island, you'll be welcomed by its fine sand beach. Meanwhile, its other end is covered in rocks. The lighthouse still functions to this day, abandoned as it may be, but it now uses a solar-powered light. It guides vessels to and from Subic Bay and Corregidor. How to get from Camara or Capones Island. From Pundaquit, hop on a boat to Capones or Camara Island. By this point, you'll have heard Pundaquit mentioned a bajillion times within this video. It's because Pundaquit is the usual jump-off point for most San Antonio coves. In all honesty, Pundaquit has quite a narrow shore compared to the coves it leads to, which means that it can get quite crowded, especially as most boats are docked here, waiting for island hoppers to book their trips. However, we just had to include it in this video because Pundaquit is probably the best place in San Antonio to catch the gorgeous Zambales sunset. Potipot Island is a small island located in Candelaria, Zambales. It's where some travelers headed to before the coves in San Antonio were quote-unquote rediscovered. If you're looking for a quiet beach spot for some well-deserved R&R, this private island is for you. You'll surely have a more intimate moment with nature during your visit here and get recharged before heading back to city life. How to get to Potipot Island. Board a Victory Liner bus to Santa Cruz and get off in Wacon, Candelaria. Ride a tricycle to the port going to Potipot and rent a boat to the island. Liwliwa used to be a mere fishing village in San Felipe, Zambales, but it has built a reputation as a quaint surf town in recent years. Whether you're a seasoned surfer or a newbie who wants to try riding the waves, you can have fun with the consistent waves in Liwliwa. Surfing lessons go for around 650 pesos per hour, instructor and board included. If you're looking for a place to stay, Liwliwa's map is peppered with different types of accommodations. Whether you're traveling alone, with friends, family, or even going solo, you can surely find an accommodation fit for you. There are many campsites and resorts to choose from depending on your budget and preferences. Subic is a coastal community in Zambales that used to be a go-to destination for beach lovers. Before other Manila-adjacent beaches gained popularity, Subic was top of mind when you say beaches near Manila. Back then, it had the perfect recipe for a quick getaway that urban dwellers craved. Accessible beaches, top-notch resorts, and shopping. And of course, it definitely didn't hurt that Subic is just a 2 to 3 hour drive from Manila. Subic may seem like old news today, especially as Zambales grows into a budding weekend getaway. However, it still boasts plenty of attractions worth visiting, especially if you consider how Subic sits within the Subic Freeport Zone. Within the Freeport Zone, you'll be able to enjoy sailing, theme parks, diving spots, extreme water sports, and adventure parks. The zone also promotes ecotourism through jungle survival tours and guided treks. And if you love shopping, don't forget to check out the outlet shops and duty-free shopping centers. And that's it for this video. If you've been to Zambales or are a Zambales local, we'd love to hear your thoughts on what we think are the best beaches in the province. Just leave a comment below so we can check out your recommendations. If you want to see more beach recommendations and other Philippine destinations worth adding to your bucket list, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified when we have new videos. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We are Philippine Beach List on all those platforms. You can also check out our blog, philippinebeaches.org. The Philippines has so many islands, it's honestly going to take a lifetime to visit each one. So that just means we better get counting. Again, this is Hannah. Join me next time as we check another destination off our Philippine Beach List. Bye!